Good evening to everyone. I think it's 6:02, no? Thank you for spending your usual Wednesday evening with us by attending this webinar entitled Peace of Mind, Wealth to Find. So for this session, we will dive into the mutual funds together with First Metro Securities and also Sun Life Asset Management for this kind of session. Actually, very insightful yung session natin, no? You will learn how to create your personal peace while also focusing on financial stability. I know another Wednesday webinar, no, because we usually talk about everything about mutual funds and also UITFs that can be accessed through the First Metro Securities FundSmart. So for those who are new sa ating Wednesday webinar, no, why we do this kind of webinar, because I know that when we talk about money kasi, it doesn't always bring peace of mind and also can sometimes cause stress for both mental and also physical health. So always remember po that your money should work as hard as you do and not keep you up at night or to the extent na hindi po tayo makatulog. So our goal for this kind of sessions, no, is to avoid those challenges and also pitfalls. Now, let's start this session right now and also introduce myself. So for those who are new sa ating session, I am Tara Dirampatun. Actually, full name ko is Isnaira Dirampatun, but you can call me Tara for short. I'm the Mindanao Business Development and Market Education Associate from First Metro Securities, the stock brokerage house of the Metrobank Group. So for those na medyo bago, we are right under the investment banking. Specifically, yung company po namin is really dedicated to financial literacy and creating awareness of investment opportunities for those individuals and also institutions to attain their financial goals. At the same time, as a company, we envision to be the largest and also most trusted Philippine investment solutions partner. So hopefully, no, medyo clear yung audio ko because I do experience some delay right now, but I'm trying to continue as well, no. So feel free to comment if ever medyo nag-choppy tayo on our side as well. Okay? Now for today's session, I'm very happy usually to do this Wednesday evening with you guys. It's my honor and also pleasure to serve you today as your host. All right? Now, for the market education efforts, for the on-site sessions as well, we've been doing this for a long time, and also we've been partnering with also private companies to deliver this Finlit session. So we started out from basic sessions just like yung mga debt management and even yung mga medyo advanced ng konti like stock market 101 for those na very interested to enter the stock market. Okay? Now, for those naman na medyo leaning towards funds that are offered by the government, we also have sessions just like yung mga Bonds 101 from the Bureau of Treasury. We also have MP2 na discussion with Pag-ibig, no? So by the way, these are sessions from February, so you can check out naman po yung recorded sessions sa ating YouTube channel. Ayan, so some of our sessions para at least may idea pa tayo for those na available po sa ating YouTube channel. From basic and also advanced sessions and even for those medyo bago pa sa ating trading platform pero don't know how to start, no? So we do have those website navigation and also for the mobile app as well. Okay? Now, so medyo straight to the session na tayo, no? Another addition to our collaborative session that we hold every now and then to highlight different investment options. Actually, with right investing and also active money management, no, can turn into financial worries into peace of mind because a well-managed investment is the ultimate stress reliever. So to talk more about that, no, about peace of mind, about mutual funds and also money management, we actually invited a speaker na medyo regular na po sa ating mga sessions, no, from Sun Life Asset Management to discuss more about the topic. So we are always happy and also honored to have her as our guest speaker for tonight. She has been with Sun Life Asset Management, working within banks and alternative distribution channel team. And also as a business development officer, she manages the distribution of Sun Life Prosperity Funds through various broker partners, including First Metro Securities. Additionally, she is a certified investment solicitor registered within the SEC. Now, for this session, please help me welcome. We have Miss Lercy Cuenca. Miss Lercy, the spotlight is yours. Thank you. I think naka-mute pa po tayo, Miss Lercy.
Oh, sorry. Ayan. So again, good evening, everyone. So good evening, Tara. Thank you for that kind introduction. Um, we we had our last webinar parang months ago na, no? So I'm really looking forward to this session kasi FirstMetroSec also assigned this very interesting topic to me, no? So I've been always conducting webinars about mutual funds, pero we're forgetting nga, no, parang one of its uh kumbaga benefits, no, which is helping the investor have that peace of mind when it comes to investments. So okay, let me share my screen. Okay, can you type yes on the chat box if you can see my deck clearly? Okay. All right. Thank you for confirming. Okay, so as mentioned by Tara, the topic of tonight's session is peace of mind, wealth to find. Dive into mutual funds. So again, I am Lercy, and I am from the alternative banks and alternative distribution channel of Sun Life Asset Management Company Inc. or SLAMCI. So we are the investment arm of Sun Life, and mutual funds, no, is our main line of products in SLAMCI. So I'd like to open the session by asking this question to our audience. What does peace of mind in finances mean to you? Ano po ba para sa inyo ang peace of mind, no? Pagdating sa inyong mga finances, no, I mean, para po ba sa inyo, ito ba ay yung magkaroon ng sapat na kaperahan para ma-meet yung inyong mga daily needs? Ito po ba ay pagkakaroon ng sapat na retirement fund, pagkakaroon ng emergency fund, pagkakaroon ng trusted na partner in having your funds managed, no? So ayan, answers are coming in. Ayan, so sabi ni Sheena, it's having all bills paid monthly, having savings and investments. Peace of mind is being rich, so no more worries in financial management. Ayan, so ayan, there are also some of you who sent it, no, anonymously. So having peace of mind is being able to save up for my future goals, and at the same time being able to fund my needs. Ayan. Thank you for sharing your answers. So actually, I was also thinking about this nga, when I was creating this presentation. Ano ba yung nagbibigay ng peace of mind sa akin, no, when it comes to my finances? So I thought about it and na-realize ko na in my years of investing, no, yung definition ko na ng peace of mind is that I am able to set aside money for my short-term needs, no? Nafo-fund ko yung mga daily needs ko, no? Yung mga pangangailangan ko. And at the same time, I am able to set aside money for my future goals. So that is peace of mind for me. So kung let's say parang hindi ko na-fund yung mga goals ko in the future, such as retirement or other goals I have in 10 to 15 years, parang wala akong peace of mind, no? Kasi I'm sure naman, no, I can only work hanggang sa age na kaya ko, no? I will not work forever. So parang nung iniisip ko nga din tong itanong sa inyo, mahirap pala siya, no? Kasi for me then, yung peace of mind ko, it's having my short-term satisfied at the same time, setting aside for the future. Okay, so in the next again, thank you for sharing your answer. So on the next part of my presentation, I will be sharing some factors and considerations for you to ask yourselves, no? These are questions, and these are questions that can contribute, no, to your peace of mind when it comes to investment. If you say yes to these questions, that can mean that probably you are in the right track when it comes to your investments, and probably you can sleep well at night, no, knowing that you are in the right investment for you. So the first question that I want you to ask yourself is if you are partnered with a trusted financial institution. So bakit po mahalaga ito? So, mahalagang maging maingat tayo sa pagpili ng partner natin na magma-manage ng ating investments. Because after all, pinagtrabahuhan po nating maigi ang pera na ating pinagkakatiwala sa ating partner, 'di ba? So, it saddens me to see that talagang talamak pa rin po ang mga investment scams, no, sa Pilipinas. So in this news clippings I'm showing here, dito it says 1 in every 100 Filipinos, no, are victimized ng investment scams, and investment scams have already hit 25 billion, no? And on this another news, it says just from January to August 2023, merong 155 pesos, no, na nawala because of scams. And the victims come in all walks of life, 'di ba? Kung makikita natin yan sa balita, it can be educated and professionals na nabibiktima. So, you always need to be cautious, no, of investment schemes that claim to have yung mga low to almost no risk, no, while promising also attractive returns. So, yung mga nabibiktima, no, ng investment scams, naka-capture sila nung get rich quick ng mga investment schemes, no? Sometimes na-FOMO din, and they are missing this they are missing to ask these questions, 'di ba? Am I partnering with a trusted financial institution? Yon. And it takes research for you to answer this with a yes, 'di ba? Kasi pwedeng nag-a-appear nga na trustworthy ang isang nagpepresenta bilang isang financial partner, pero it is your responsibility as an investor to also research if talaga bang trustworthy siya. Okay, so our topic is also to dive into mutual funds, 'di ba, this afternoon. And so I am proud to share that mutual funds are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, under the Investment Company Act and its implementing rules and regulations. So investment companies like those in FundSmart, no, of FirstMetro Securities, we are required to comply with certain standards such as regular disclosures, policies, objectives, investment limits, pricing fees, among others. So, mahigpit po, no, ang SEC sa pagpapatupad ng mga implementing rules and regulations. Kailangan po namin itong sundin pagdating sa aming operasyon, no, ng mga investments na ino-offer namin sa inyo. So, one way for you to check the credibility of an investment partner is to verify with SEC or BSP if the company you're dealing with is regulated to provide financial assistance. So thank you for choosing to partner with FirstMetroSec and also with SLAMCI. So when I say that you need to research for the credibility of your partner for life when it comes to investment, you need to look at their track record, no? How many years are they in the business na ba of managing investments, no? And ano yung mga recognitions, ano yung mga performances nila, no, in managing the funds of their clients, how many clients do they have, no? And of course, their licenses, no, with the regulator. So Sun Life Asset Management is a fund manager and distributor of the Sun Life Prosperity Funds, and First Metro Securities is a licensed mutual fund distributor. So, yung pagde-distribute po ng mutual funds, ina-apply po yan and nire-renew with the Securities and Exchange Commission on a yearly basis, no? Okay, so that is how heavily regulated mutual funds are as investment tools, no? So, on the next slide, I'm touching yung favorite benefit of investing in mutual funds ko, which is professional management. So the faces that you see here, ito po yung mga Sun Life Prosperity Fund managers, and we publish their profiles and credentials in the Sun Life website. So when you invest in a mutual fund, these are mutual fund of Sun Life, this is the team which is who is managing your investments. So bakit po hina-highlight ko yung professional management? Because it gives me peace of mind, no? Knowing that a credible and experienced team is managing my funds with the goal of generating returns for their investors. And of course, they have a team of researchers and analysts, and they hunt for opportunities in the markets and manage the risk in the fund, no, to deliver its objectives. So again, ito po yung isang main contributor, no, of having that peace of mind when it comes to mutual funds. Personally, for me, kaya po siya nakakapagbigay ng peace of mind sa akin because number one, I have a full-time job, no? So I cannot allocate the time to directly buy and sell, no, stocks in my portfolio. So as we know, if nagpo-progress na tayo sa ating career, mas nagiging busy tayo, nawawala na din talaga tayo ng time, 'di ba, na i-manage pa yung ating mga investments. So it is the fund manager who is buying and selling, no, selling the investments within the fund as long as it is aligned with the fund's objectives. And number two, sometimes kasi I tend to be an emotional investor, no? So I was guilty of being an emotional investor then for a time. Yung kapag na-FOMO, 'di ba? Gusto mong makakuha din ng investment na yon. So yung mutual fund, ito yung naka-help sa akin for me to stay the course and be very disciplined when it comes to my investments. Because in mutual funds, yung mutual fund, it will of course be very strict in following its policies, its goals and objectives. So when it comes to mutual funds, hindi ikaw yung mamimili kung ano yung laman ng portfolio, kung ano yung ilalagay ng fund manager sa portfolio mo, no? All the decisions should be based on a framework, established policies that is aligned with the fund's vision and objectives. So that is how mutual fund is helping me achieve that peace of mind when it comes to my investments. So the next question that you will ask, no, yourself, in order for you to have that peace of mind is if your investments are diversified. When it comes to mutual funds, it provides instant diversification. So do you know that in mutual funds, no, as I said kanina in my slide, we are following the Investment Company Act and its implementing rules and regulation. There is a rule there that the maximum investment of a mutual fund in any single enterprise or issuer shall not exceed an amount equivalent to 15% of its net assets. And following that rule, mutual funds would give instant diversification dahil no sa isang single na security bawal lumampas ng 15% ang exposure ng isang mutual fund. So an example of that is this fund that is shown here in my slide. This is the Sun Life Philippine Equity Fund. So this fund invests in the top 30 companies of the PSEI, and it can also invest in second liners and even in IPOs. Yeah, so this is an actively managed equity fund, no? So imagine for this fund and other funds in FundSmart, which has the same structure, no? For a minimum initial investment of 1,000 pesos, your money is already diversified into more than 30 securities, no? So, hindi mo kailangan ng malaking kapital, 'di ba? Para magkaroon ng diversification sa iyong portfolio. Your 1,000 pesos will be exposed into this much security. So that is the power of diversification in mutual funds. So what I also like about diversification is that it helps reduce risk in our portfolio. So one example here is when we expose our portfolio in global funds, no? An example is the World Equity Index Feeder Fund. So this is a global fund which is peso denominated, and this will allow your portfolio to also diversify in different countries, no, not just the Philippines. As we can see in the geographical allocation, this is just 10 of the top holdings. It's US, Japan, UK, Canada, France, and the others. But this fund is invested in over 40 countries. That also includes the Philippines. So in terms of diversifying, over 40 countries yung exposure mo in this type of fund. So paano nakaka-contribute sa peace of mind yung diversification? So I learned this the very hard way noong 2020, no, in my portfolio, and I always tell clients about this. We all know what happened in 2020 during the pandemic, and that time I am heavily exposed only in the Philippines. So nung alam naman natin, no, nag-down talaga ang Philippine market. So of course, buong portfolio ko hagip din, 'di ba? And imagine if only I have portion of my portfolio allocated in global assets too, no? We all know naman that countries are negatively correlated. May mga countries na nag-perform even ng pandemic, no? Like US. So imagine if I'm exposed to these countries, maybe na-offset yung negative sa aking portfolio, no? Aside from country diversification, one benefit also is being able to diversify in different sectors. So this is what excites me too, because I get to access information technology, healthcare, and other sectors through funds like this. And I know for sure you are very well familiar that with AI as a trending theme, no, in the global market. So through funds like World Equity Index Feeder Fund, you get to access the AI names, yung Nvidia, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet, and the others. So they're all here in the portfolio of World Equity Index Feeder Fund. So some of these sectors, as we know, these are unavailable in our local market. So through global funds, we get to access using our Philippine peso. One more thing that I'd like to highlight is when you look into FundSmart and you scroll through the names of the fund, makikita natin mas marami na po ang global funds ngayon at mas ginawa pang affordable. So I highly urge you to also explore putting global funds in your portfolio because it can definitely help you, it can give you diversification, which will, of course, in turn, reduce the risk in your portfolio. So that's how we should look at diversification as a benefit to our investments, no? The next question that you should ask, no, yourself when it comes to your investment is if you can access your money when you need it. But I'm sure, common na tanong na po ito. Ako din ganito ako, no? Kapag merong investment opportunity na pinepresenta sa akin, lagi kong tinatanong, makukuha ko ba yung money ko kapag kailangan ko? Paano, no? May lock-in period ba yan? Meron ba yung charges bago ko makuha? So, yan po yung isang tanong naman na madalas naman nating marinig. So when it comes to mutual funds, one thing that I also like is that it is liquid. So it's also in the Investment Company Act, no, yung rule that investors must be able to receive proceeds of investments within 7 days from redeeming or from placing your order for redemption. And when it comes to investing in mutual funds in FundSmart, it's just very easy to redeem your investments with just a few clicks, no? I'm sharing here the screenshot on how you can redeem, and it even gives you option if you just want a partial redemption or full redemption. Now, do you have exit fees or charges? Meron po bang holding period yan? Yan pa yung mga tanong, no, ng mga clients. So it actually depends on the fund. So I have here two examples. The Philippine Stock Index Fund of Sun Life. It has no holding period. So holding period is the same with lock-in period. So if you redeem anytime, you will not be subject to early redemption fees. Now, for funds like World Equity Index Feeder Fund, there is a minimal holding period. So we urge you to keep your investments within the holding period of 30 days so that you will avoid the early redemption fee of 1%. So the early redemption fee is charged, no, to the final redemption value. So this is how holding period or lock-in periods work, as well as the early redemption or exit fees. But again, one benefit that we can get from investing in mutual funds is the liquidity, because mutual funds stand ready to buy back shares of clients wishing to redeem their investments. So unlike other investments, you don't need to find ready buyer, no, of your shares or units when you intend to sell them. So because the mutual fund will buy back those shares. Okay, so that's the third question. Can I access my money when I need it in mutual funds? Is yes. Now for the next question, are my investments aligned with my risk tolerance? So this is one question that is usually being forgotten when people would approach investments, no? And when clients talk to me and tell me their investment stories, one thing na naghihinder sa kanila na matanong ito is because of FOMO or fear of missing out. So for example, in approaching investments in cryptocurrency, no, we see success stories, no, people sharing their returns, no, talaga namang matataas yung mga returns na nakikita natin in Facebook, or when our friends tell us na in just one day they got this two-digit return from cryptocurrency. So we tend to be tempted also because, of course, we want to grow our money. And the next day, we also have investments already in cryptocurrency. And then we forget to ask, is this investment aligned with my risk tolerance? So probably the investment would help us achieve yung target nating goal in mind, yung target nating amount na or yes, yung amount no na mapalago natin yung ating investment pero hindi siya match sa ating risk tolerance. So that is why nakapag-invest nga tayo pero hindi naman tayo makatulog because yun palang two-digit return na pinakita sa atin, pwede ring two-digit loss at yun yung na-experience natin. So that is why it's really important to ask this, no? Before tayo mag-invest. Because all types of investment carry risk. But investments is in the business of actually taking some level of risk in order to deliver returns. Now, it is up to us as investors on what level of risk we can take. So, for example, when it comes to mutual funds, there is a fund for every type of investor. Are you a conservative, moderately conservative? Are you an investor with a balanced risk profile? Are you aggressive? There is a fund that is suitable for you. So for instance, you are a conservative investor, you can start by dipping your toes into starter funds like peso starter or dollar starter funds. If you are an aggressive investor, then you can try investing in equity funds or world equity index feeder funds. But what we advocate here in Sun Life is for you to have that portfolio allocation and don't single out one fund, no, to match in your risk profile. So this is how we should approach our investments. You need to have a portfolio allocation. For instance, you are a conservative investor. We don't recommend na ikulong mo yung iyong portfolio in conservative instruments only like money market funds, time deposits, savings. Yes, you can of course invest in those instruments because you are conservative, but you also need to put kickers in your portfolio like equities and bonds as shown in this example of a portfolio allocation. Why? Because you need to have a kicker for growth because inflation will just eat up the value of your portfolio if you stick only in conservative instruments. The same goes with aggressive investors. So, in aggressive investors, hindi pwedeng 100% ng iyong portfolio ay nasa equities lamang, no? Even if you can tolerate the volatility of equities, we still recommend that you put a portion for moderately conservative like funds and also in conservative instruments like money market. The portion for conservative investments can serve your emergency funds, your short-term needs, and your bond portion naman can give stability in your portfolio. So again, this is something that I learned when the market was affected by the pandemic, no? During that time, I was also just heavily concentrated in equities. So I learned the value of having bonds and money market also in my portfolio. So I hope you consider this approach, no, having that portfolio allocation that is well aligned with your risk profile. So those are 4 of the questions that I want you to consider and to ask yourself, no, when it comes to investing so that you can have that peace of mind So first is if you are partnered with a trusted financial institution. Second, are your investments diversified? Third, can you access your money when you need it? And fourth, are my investments aligned with my risk tolerance? So I hope I was able to share how this how mutual funds can contribute to peace of mind, because mutual funds will help you answer yes to each of these questions. So in my next part of my presentation, I would be highlighting just three mutual funds of SLAMCI, no? And I hope that you can check this out in FundSmart, no? And how it can complement your portfolio. So the first fund is the Sun Life Prosperity Philippine Stock Index Fund. So with this fund, investing in the PSEI is made affordable and easier for beginners. So for those who wanted to dip their toes in the PSEI and would want to start, you can look into the PSEI fund of SLAMCI in FundSmart. So it mirrors the performance of the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. And this is for investors with a long-term investment horizon and aggressive risk profile. So the names that you see here are the same names, in the PSEI, and of course with the same weights or exposure. So this is popular for beginners because again, it is very affordable and you can invest for just 1,000 pesos. And we know that there is a ramp up in the PSEI currently. So our investors are happy with this double-digit returns. So year to date, the fund has been returning 16.49%. And for 1 year, it has already returned 22.44%. So it's not yet too late. Our market analysts are very optimistic about our local market. So for those who would still want to enter, I highly urge you to check out FundSmart for the Philippine Stock Index Fund. The next fund is popular also with our FirstMetro Securities clients. I have discussed this also a while ago. This is the World Equity Index Feeder Fund, or WAFE. We call it as the ticket to global markets because this is peso denominated, but it would diversify your investment into those countries that I mentioned a while ago, over 40 countries and in 2,000 securities. And that is again using your Philippine pesos, because for just 10,000 pesos, you get to access this much global assets, no? And this gives you also an exposure to the AI stocks such as Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, Alphabet, Tesla, and the others. So this wave, the wave has been showing an exemplary performance. So it has delivered double-digit returns also since its inception. Also for last year, it has delivered 20.04%, positive returns. For 1 year basis, it has returned 24.22%. And since its launch, it has returned 16.69%. So this fund is actually a feeder fund, and this tracks the performance of MSCI ACWI. So MSCI ACWI is an index that is designed to provide a measure or designed to represent the performance of the global equities market. So just a trivia, in the MSCI ACWI, Philippines is actually included, but it is just less than 1%. So imagine, if you really want to diversify, pag tiningnan natin yung index na nagre-represent ng global equities market, Philippines is just less than 1% of that. So, yung portfolio nyo, no, talagang kailangan mag-inject naman tayo ng global exposures dyan, no? So you can consider putting global funds like WAVE and other global funds available in FundSmart. So the next fund is the World Income Fund. This is actually our newest fund and starting to also become a favorite, no? The tagline is Global Investing Regular Payouts. So regular payouts because that is the primary objective of World Income Fund, or we call it WIF naman. So it targets to pay out 4 to 5% in gross annual dividend yield, and the dividends will be credited to your buying power. So the tagline is also global investing because the secondary objective of this fund is to provide potential capital growth for your investment via the global markets. So similar with the World Equity Index Feeder Fund or WAVE, it is also invested in a target fund. So the target fund is managed by BlackRock. It's one of the leading asset managers in the world. And the target fund is diversified in a wide range of traditional and complementary assets, no? Both bonds, equities, and other assets. So year to date, it has been returning 5.04%. So in terms of meeting its two objectives, it has been successful in paying out the monthly cash income and in also growing your the capital of our investors. And also, most importantly, it allows us to invest using our Philippine pesos. So with just an initial investment of 10,000 pesos. So it's investing globally has been made affordable because of feeder funds. So there are also feeder funds, no, in FundSmart. And one beauty of having that kind of fund structure is that mas nagiging affordable yung pag-access natin sa global investments. So if you check out yung mga target funds ng mga feeder funds, makikita nyo na malaki yung initial investment requirement, no? And not everyone, no, especially retail investors, not everyone can access those target funds. So through feeder funds like World Income Fund, it has been made more accessible and affordable for a Filipino investor. So for example, no, if a client is investing 100,000 pesos in World Income Fund, if the gross annual dividend yield is 4 to 5%, the client may receive, no, a gross annual dividend of 4,000 to 5,000 pesos. And then you divide it into 12 because the fund will pay out the dividends on a monthly basis, no, credited to the buying power of the client. So looking into the monthly payouts, by the World Income Fund since January, we're proud to share that it has met its target of paying out within 4 to 5% in gross annual dividend yield. So this is really good, no, in contributing also peace of mind for investors because you get to have that additional income monthly, no, for your investments. This is really money working for you, no? Sabi nga ni Tara kanina, there's peace of mind knowing that you are not the only ones working, but also it is your money helping you have that additional income. So let's see how these types of funds are able to contribute to our peace of mind when it comes to our finances. So what are the questions again that we asked a while ago? First, we asked, am I partnered with a trusted financial institution? So the providers are specified no in the fund pages in FundSmart. And of course, First Metro Securities would only partner with credible fund distributors or fund partners. Next are my investments diversified. If you want to see how well diversified the mutual funds are, you can take a look at the holdings or the fund allocations. This information are also publicly disclosed in the downloadable fund fact sheets in FundSmart. Third question is if you can access your money when you need it. Again, redeeming your funds is very easy through FundSmart. It just requires a few clicks for you to redeem your investments. And are my investments aligned with my risk tolerance? So FundSmart is helping you know the risk rating of the mutual funds by displaying this risk rating tool in each of the funds pages. And there is also a risk profile questionnaire in First Metro Securities for you to know what is your investor profile. And then you can match that again with a portfolio allocation I presented a while ago, to build a portfolio according to your risk profile. So I hope that you have taken note of those questions that you need to ask yourself before you approach your investments. And I hope that you appreciate more about mutual funds and the benefits that it can give to your portfolio. So I'll see you later in the Q&A. Thank you very much for listening.
Ayan. Actually, medyo marami yung na-share ni Miss Lercy, no? Actually, very helpful and also insightful discussion together with, I think she was able to share with you the look of the First Metro Security, especially the FundSmart, no? Yung bold discussion, it was very nice together with the investment tips, no? Investing in mutual funds not only enhances your financial stability through diversification and also professional management, but also paves the way for personal space. Now, let's give a short break na muna to our speaker. I saw many questions na sa Q&A, no? Pero keep it coming lang if you ever have questions sa deck ni Miss Lercy or even some of the Sun Life Asset Management funds na na-mention niya kanina. So at this time, I'd like to take this opportunity to share few investment tips lang and also some services that we offer from First Metro Securities as we go on for this session. All right? Now, medyo marami yung na-mention na funds na sinabi ni Ms. Lercy right under the SLAMCI. So right now, I'll be giving you a very short lang na guide on how to invest and even redeem those funds to see how convenient it is. So for those na medyo may account na with us or existing clients na namin, kindly log in lang po sa First Metro Securities account. And for those na wala pa, I also give you a account opening guide later on. All right? So from the homepage, you get to see this interface. So click on the funds that is located po in the upper right-hand corner of the platform. This will redirect you to the FundSmart homepage. And then once you land at the FundSmart, you get to see all of the funds under our partners, just like Sun Life Asset Management. So it's good to have many choices, many options, but we need to have the right tools so we can easily choose the funds that best fit our investing needs. Now, yung FundSmart natin, actually, it do have many tools for analyzing whether you want to compare each of the funds na medyo marami tayong interested to invest, you can do that so we can make informed investment decision. Now, if you scroll down below, you can actually locate one of the funds na na-mention ni Ms. Lercy. We have the Sun Life Prosperity World Income Fund. And then if you're interested po to invest, click lang po on the fund code that is SLP with. And then this will show you the fund profile. So tama yung sinabi ni Ms. Lercy, you get to see all of the details. Now we have the risk rating, the fund type, even the minimum and also additional investment. You have the holding period, you have the performance chart, top holdings, and fund allocation. Now, if you decide to invest in this fund, the subscribe button that is easily accessible naman po on the top right side portion of the page. So clicking this will redirect you to the instruction page. Now, for this page naman, medyo easy na tayo because we have to organize na lang yung order natin or finalize. So indicate lang natin yung fund code and the amount that you'd like to invest. And then click lang po natin yung subscribe. Now, to confirm your order or instruction, you need to input your password and then click confirm. So medyo easy na lang yan. And then after that, you will get to receive an email confirmation po na nag-succeed na po yung ating order of the mutual fund. All right? Now, for the FundSmart, no, it's the one-stop shop for mutual funds and UITFs featuring over, I think right now we have 131 funds from our FundSmart partners just like Sun Life Asset Management. And also, wala po tayong sales charge for this one, meaning you can invest without the sales loads and transaction fees because yung cost po natin are not passed on to the investor but are instead covered na po by the fund. For those po na nasabi natin kanina, no, who are interested to invest ng medyo pang matagalan or long term, no, meron tayong simple strategy that is easy to implement or even to follow whether you are a beginner or active talaga nag-i-invest. We call it peso cost averaging. So all you need to do is to invest a fixed amount regularly. So regardless of the market trend, whether aakyat po or bababa yung ating market. Now, you can do this either twice or once a month consistently. So it may be easy to execute, no, because follow mo lang yung schedule. But at the same time, it is challenging to follow this discipline. So we do have that feature sa FirstMetro Securities where you can save yourself time and also effort in growing your portfolio by automatically investing in mutual funds through our voluntary investment program or what we call VIP. So this really encourages po disciplined investing at saka medyo hassle-free na siya kasi automatic diversification. So no need na po na mag-post tayo ng buy orders. At the same time, investments can be sold and also redeemed at any time. So for this one, you need to decide on three things. First is how much to invest. So magkano po yung willing po natin i-shell out. Second is how frequent. So this may be once or twice a month. Third is where to invest, meaning the fund of your choice. So when you decide on these three things, kailangan lang po natin to fund our account regularly and the amount will be deducted automatically from your buying power on the debit date na pinili natin. It may be the 50th or the 30th day of the month. Okay? Now, should you decide to invest, no, we'd like to let you know that aside from mutual funds, UITFs, you can also access the PSE stocks. We have the exchange traded funds, we have the government bonds and also corporate bonds and real estate investment trust, no, all in one account, no. So you can open and at the same time you get to access these investment vehicles. Now, for those na wala pa pong account that medyo interested po to open an account with us and also invest in the Sun Life Asset Management Funds, no, you can actually open through two ways. We have first is through our website. That's www.firstmetrosec.com.ph and also through our mobile app as well. So this can be downloaded naman po using your Apple device or Android phone or scan the QR code that's showing on your screen. At the same time, online na po yung ating account opening. So all of the forms is at the same time doon na po kailangan i-accomplish and yung ating mga required documents is need lang po natin to upload. And for faster processing of your account opening application, please do use the seminar code Sun Life para at least we get to know that you came from this webinar. And also for those na medyo interested po to know us and also our services and even our webinars, no, feel free to connect with us. Our main website, again, no, it's www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. In our social media channels as well, just search at FirstMetroSec. So we've been very active po sa Facebook and Viber community. We also have short videos on investing. We also have features about our trading platform sa ating TikTok. And for those na inclined po to watch more about our recorded webinars, we do have it sa ating YouTube channel. And also, we've been very active po sa ating podcast for those na medyo mahilig to do other things, no, while also listening to market updates or even the audio version of this webinar. Feel free po to check out our podcast. Okay? Now, for our existing clients, for account concerns, updates, and even access concerns, no, email lang po natin customerservice@firstmetrosec.com.ph. Now, lastly, for those who want to have us a speaker for your event or even guest lecturer for your school or even university, no, and also for customized gamified award-winning market education programs that exclusively designed for your company and also for your organization, just send us a formal invite na lang po at marketeducation@firstmetrosec.com.ph or even scan the QR code or even take a screenshot po of the screen for future reference. Ayan, so we have actually recently received these awards, no? Every award naman po is a tribute to the trust na binigay sa atin with our clients, no? First Metro Securities, together with its employees, are beyond grateful for those recognition as a broker. And to the trading platform, these awards are yours, our valued clients as well. Now, before we approach the end of our webinar, we still have few minutes naman to have a live Q&A with our speaker. We have Miss Lercy, no? I can also add another spotlight for this one. For this one, for those who have question, feel free po to add more sa ating Q&A button. I still have time for this one. Simply write them down lang po. And we'll try to get through as many as we can. Right now, medyo marami din siya. For those who won't be able to be entertained, kasi medyo may limitations tayo sa time. And we'll try to answer them offline. Alright? Now, let me just check the Q&A. So right now we do have 7 questions. Ms. Lercy, for this one, we have first question from anonymous attendee. Does
Yes.
SLAMCI offer mutual funds that tracks S&P 500? If yes, what are the available currencies and how much is the fund management fees?
Okay, so what we have in SLAMCI is a fund that tracks the performance of the MSCI All Country World Index. So he is asking about S&P 500, right? So S&P 500 is an index that represents the top public companies in the US, no? So if he is looking for something like that, no, we have the World Equity Index Feeder Fund, which has 60% of its allocation in the US, no? So that is what I highlighted a while ago, no? It is a peso denominated fund. So it would allow you to invest for just 10,000 pesos, no? And then you get to have exposure in more than 40 countries, US included, and over 2,000 securities. So he's also asking about the management fees. So the management and distribution fee for the World Equity Index Feeder Fund is 1%.
Thank you, Ms. Lercy. I think we do have a connecting question, no? Aside from the one you mentioned, does SLAMCI have other global funds in case we want to invest on individual global stocks?
So does SLAMCI offer individual global funds in case we want to invest on individual global stocks rather than global mutual funds? Okay. So what we have would be global mutual funds in SLAMCI, no? So the beauty of that is you already buy the baskets of these securities, no? So I understand that sometimes no, we want to trade directly. We want to have let's say 90% of our portfolio in Meta or a larger portion in Alphabet or Tesla, no? But with mutual funds, again, we follow yung mga guidelines natin that we have to set certain maximum exposure into a security to, of course, reduce risk, no? So for global funds of SLAMCI, these are really diversified into many securities. But one thing that you can look in is that you get to spread risk, no? Because of this, you get to diversify into different stocks, different sectors, no? And different countries. But again, you can still have that option to directly trade into global stocks, but you need to have to find a broker for that, no? I believe.
Thank you, Miss Lercy. I think we do have another question because
Mm-hmm.
I think some of the attendees is client din directly with Sun Life, no?
Mm-hmm.
From anonymous attendee is availing SLAMCI mutual funds via FirstMetroSec costs more compared to directly investing in Sun Life office.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm happy to share that when you invest via First Metro Securities, your investment will not be subject to a sales charge, no, a front sales charge. So that will be waived for you. So your investments will be wholly invested in the fund of your choice without sales charges. So yan po yung advantage of choosing First Metro Securities.
Okay, I think we have another, I think we will cater two more questions for Miss Lercy. This one is more about long term. So when we say long term, how many years do I need for investment to grow as an aggressive investor?
Okay, so in our risk return spectrum, no, that we use in SLAMCI, it's more than 10 years. So yun yung mga long-term investment horizon, no? So more than 10 to 15 years. So that can be your goals for your retirement, no? Or if mabata-bata ka pa, no, if you want to have that fund for your house in the future or education of your children. So those goals that are set to be achieved in more than 10 to 15 years, that is long term.
Thank you, Miss Lercy. And another one po for this one, we have from Sheena Ricarte.
Mm-hmm.
My long-term investment goal is financial growth and regular income, which Sun Life investment product offer financial growth and monthly payouts for investors.
Okay, so perfect question because that is the last fund that I highlighted a while ago, Tara, if you remember the World Income Fund. So Sheena mentioned about financial growth. That is a yes for World Income Fund because it's the secondary objective of the fund. That is to grow your capital by investing in global bonds, no, and equities. And she also mentioned about regular income. So that is the primary objective of World Income Fund. And as you've seen in the chart I shared a while ago, it was successful in paying out dividends, no, on a monthly basis since December of last year. So Sheena and the other investors here, I hope you can check out World Income Fund.
Thank you, Miss Lercy. I think that's the last question for Sun Life, no? We do have last one for First Metro Securities. I think for the financial literacy webinars that we have. For this one, for I think not only in Mindanao, from Luzon to Visayas as well, we do offer those financial and investment literacy educational webinars and also on-site sessions, no? If ever, if we're allowed due to certain circumstances. So feel free na lang po to invite us over using our email. We have marketeducation@firstmetrosec.com.ph. Usually we don't accept naman po any payments for this one. Okay, that's it for the questions naman for now. So that sums up our webinar. Medyo extend tayo ng content to answer those questions. No, thank you so much for all your questions as well. And also to our speaker, we have Miss Lercy for spending her time with us. And also, last favor na lang po sa ating mga attendees for tonight. We also value your feedback. No, you can share your thoughts and experiences with us by scanning the QR code and answering our feedback form. Our chat moderator will also provide the link, no, para at least for those na hindi makascan ng QR code. Your input is essential in helping us improve our services and also better meet your needs. While you are answering our feedback survey, no, may we request some maybe investment tips or some parting words from our guest speaker. We have Ms. Lercy.
Okay, so thank you again everyone for attending this webinar, no? With the amount of questions that we received, Tara, it's evident that they really paid attention. So thank you very much and we appreciate it. So parting words, so I would highly encourage you to take advantage of all the resources that is being provided by First Metro Securities because first of all, no, peace of mind also comes when you have knowledge about what you're entering into. And First Metro Securities have been providing resources such as webinars, write-ups, no, in their platform. So I hope you take advantage of that and you partner with FirstMetroSec and Sun Life in your investing journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lercy. So once again, on behalf of First Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Sun Life Asset Management and also our guest speaker who has been with us for many sessions already. We have Lercy, Cuenca, for gracing us with their time and presence. So for this evening, I think medyo active din yung attendees natin when asking those questions, no? All right, so for this one, thank you also to everyone who attended this session up until this hour, no? I hope that you learned a lot and that these insights and lessons will make your journey not just more secured and also profitable, but also more enjoyable. So we hope to see you again, no? Hopefully on-site sessions, no? Over here at First Metro Securities, we put your future first. Have a great evening, everyone. Keep safe. And also, happy dinner then for those who haven't eaten yet. So this has been Tara, your host. We have Miss Lercy as our guest speaker and also Miss Patty from our marketing team. Thank you, everyone, and keep safe.